Let me change that. What's up, everyone? Thoughts. Do we have some things to say? Do I have some things to say? Happy, hold on. Oh, man. Got some things to talk about. I just came across a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Today has been a good day for me. I hope it's been good for you. Okay. Let me just share this real quick. We are live in this mother. Hold on, we live. Post. Let me go on Twitter. Twitch. Bruh. Okay, so I was working today, but I was able to tune in here and there on the She Believes Summit. And I was able to listen to a lot of great things. I feel like I learned a lot. I feel like I learned a lot. But what I learned also, I was just like, this is, look, there were so many things. Hold on, let me just share this real quick and then I'll go with it. BFC, you getting, BFC. I can't believe it, man. I was rooting for y'all. Man, BFC, bro. I was really thinking, y'all really had me, babe. Y'all really had me. Okay, shout out to everyone. Happy what's today? Happy Friday. Happy Venus Day. Yes. So of course, if you didn't know, the She Believes Summit was today. There's a lot of interesting individuals in this. I'll go down the I'm gonna go down the ¿Cómo se dice? I'm going to go down some of the things, but what I first want y'all to see is this. We're gonna have to read some articles. I have to read some articles. Oh shit, hold on. All right, here we go. My bad. I thought I had it proper. All right, this is the okay. So I just so happen to be scrolling on Reddit, right? And because I usually be finding some interesting things. I know that the NWSL has a Reddit, people be posting whatever they want, and that's cool. And all. I was grateful. And hold on. Ooh. All right, there we go. I just want to make sure we're all good in here. Yeah, we're good. Ain't nothing to fear. Okay, we good. But anyways, yeah. So I just happened to be scrolling on Reddit, and I seen this, right? And today is April 4th, right? Today's April 4th. And I was like, scrolling on Reddit. I kept scrolling down. I was like, I don't know, something that just told me to keep scrolling. And of course, you know, if you need confirmation, the universe be sending something. And I just knew something wasn't cleaned in the milk. Well, something wasn't cleaned to the milk. And I was like, NWSL soccer is back, but the scandals haven't gone away. I swear we haven't got away from the purge. Okay? So I'm like, oh Lord, who is it? Who it be? Who would be this time? Who would be this time? Because we know it's a systematic shit. So I'm like, okay. I'm interested. So this was on the 18th, right? She's written down. I'm gonna read the article. I'm reading today. The NWSL kicked off its 13th season this weekend. Kansas City crushed the Portland Thorns. Washington started its quest to return to the title game with a victory, and Orlando Pride raised their championship banners, followed by a decisive 6-0 win over the Chicago Stars. Sorry. After the match, Pride midfielder Haley, shout out to Haley, she used to be a former Dash player, talked about the club's plan for defending its title. We don't like to talk about it. Outside noise. But there's been a lot of talk about who's going to win the Shield, who's going to win the championship, and we got, and we're not really been in the conversation. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay. The season openers also followed an off season that saw a league bouncing from one report of abuse to another. What the fuck? The latest is the San Francisco Chronicle. And we're going to read that as well. Reported earlier this month that 2 formal complaints have been filed against Bay FC head coach Albertin Montoya. Huh? Not these expansion teams. Scandalous, fam. Why are our expansion teams scandalous? Angel City docked points. San Diego Wave, toxic Jill Ellis. Now we got Bay FC coach toxic too? What's up with the expansion toxicity? Anyways. Players called his coaching methods toxic and said team management. Okay, sorry, I skipped the whole line. The San Francisco Chronicle reported earlier this month that 2 formal complaints have been filed against Bay FC against Albertin Montoya, who has been with the club for about a year and a half. And like I said, how long was Jill Ellis the fucking the head owner for San Diego? I mean, it doesn't. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to say that. He's only been here a year and a half. So not long, bro. Not long for you to already have complaints of being toxic. Not long at all. Not long at all to show. Look, y'all want to say believe our women? Why we not gonna believe our ladies? Man, if you see the thumbnail, you see all the you see all the pro Alberton. They claiming he an angel in these streets. On the women's soccer side, okay, I'm sorry. Let me get through this shit. It's just so much. I'm just like, what the? I'm just, because the summit, someone talked about him. And I'm like, hold on. Because I watched the summit and it's all going to go full circle. So I was watching the summit and then I heard something about the Bay FC coach. I'm like, hold on. And then I saw the article. I'm like, hold on. Okay. All right. One complaint. I'll say the players called his coaching methods toxic and said team management. It says players called his coaching methods toxic and said team management knew about their concerns. One complaint was cleared by the third-party investigation initiated by the team, of course. The second complaint was made through the league's anonymous tip line, but per the Chronicle, its status remains unknown. For the same report, it says, from the same report, we're going to read it too. It says, we begged and pleaded for help and change. It never came. It says, one of the former players told the Chronicle. 2 of the people interviewed by the Chronicle said Montoya would target and bully players in meeting in front of the players and staff if they questioned decisions. One former Bay FC player who spoke to the Chronicle on condition and autonomy said Montoya punished players for speaking up about mental health concerns and would ignore or give players the cold shoulder when he was upset with them. Players would come out of the starting lineup and he refused to tell them why. And one former employee Of course, their mental health would spiral, but he wouldn't address anything and punish anyone who asked questions. The timeline of events from BFC and the league and who knew what then. Okay, sorry. The timeline of events from BFC and the league and who knew what when remains muddled. But look, because I had to do some more investigation, because apparently when this article came out March 18th, there's another article predating it May 7th. This is when even the news talked about this. So I'll show y'all some of that. So this article says May 18th, the timeline, right? We don't know when NWSL found out, but a lot of the platforms, like y'all know the Attacking Third, I'm calling y'all out. Y'all interviewed this ninja, or y'all had a little video on this ninja literally less than 2 weeks before the article, based upon the May 7th article came out. So y'all interviewed this nigga, or y'all had a video with this nigga, and then not even 2 weeks later, this boy is in the headlines talking about he toxic. And I'm just like, bruh, see, it's just, even someone in the comments, which we gonna see, only 2 people commented on that video. And they had some concerns as well. And I'm just like, who is this man? Why he so protected? I mean, we don't fuck with toxicity. Why is this ninja getting the pass? I'm sorry, any word of toxicity, you need, we can't be having that in our league. What is this? And I heard from Brandi Chastain today too, fam. I heard from everyone. I was like, oh no, it was okay, let me go, keep going. Okay. The timeline of events from BFC and the league and who knew about when remains muddled. According to the Chronicle, the team at first denied there was any complaints. Oh, not y'all denying and say, hey, we don't know nothing. Not y'all denying BFC, y'all denying it? Y'all said no, we don't know what's going on. Y'all said BFC. Y'all said y'all don't know what's going on? Damn. This is some fucked up shit, bro. This is some fucked up shit. We still got teams being toxic and hiding the toxicity. So y'all trying to tell me, according to the Chronicle, which we gonna read, the team at first denied there was any complaints. Then backtracked. The team followed up by saying it had commissioned an independent third-party investigation over the summer that cleared the team of wrongdoing. Of course you did. Ain't nobody you hired gonna say, yeah, nigga, y'all shady as fuck. Ain't nobody on your side that you hired gonna tell you what you don't want to hear. The fuck out of here. That's why it need to be independent and not associated with your club. You can't hire niggas independently, talk about, hey, can you investigate us 100%? No, that don't work like that. Like, are they dumb? It doesn't work like that. That's why you need outside people that don't have no currency attached to you to get the realness. And even that shit can get muddy too, because you can get paid down the line. You can like, look, we come find out the nigga got paid. Look, nobody's safe, man. Apparently nobody's safe. Anyways, so after they hired a third-party investigator and that nigga said, hey, y'all innocent, investigations were sent to the NWSL League. Sources told the newspapers that they knew of the investigation, but they never heard the result of it. Why y'all ain't hear the result? Why ain't there no conclusion on the result? Why is it that it's just up in the air? Huh? I don't understand. NWSL, it looks like y'all still got scandalous behavior going on, and we still haven't gotten rid of the toxicity, and a purge must happen again. And it looked like BFC Albertin, I don't know, bro. You may not make it the rest of this season. I'm just saying. I got smoke for you, heavy. Okay. This, I believe the ladies. I ain't believing this ninja. I don't know you. This is we don't even know what he said. We just know that they said, well, excuse me. This was not the first time this year that BFC was under some scrutiny. Como? What? So this not the first time? So there's someone else? Wait, whoa. More than one? Hold on, I thought this was just one nigga. Wait, there's two? There's two people involved. Wait, hold on. So it's not just the coach. It's someone else. Okay, hold on. Let's read. It says, about 2 weeks before, the Chronicle reported dropped that the club, Grim Abel, would join the team as a scout. In 2024, Abel was a subject of a lengthy report on the Organon. I haven't read this article. So I haven't read the Chronicle. I haven't read the Origin. I'm gonna read it all with y'all. Cause we gonna investigate right now. So this nigga Abel talking about he was gonna be a scout. In 2024, Abel was the subject of a lengthy, goddamn, report in the Organon that spoke to 14 former University of Oregon players who said Abel would often cross the lines as head coach, including throwing objects. That's scary. Harsh language. Of course, we already know they want to fuck us up mentally by making us, like they're evil with the words. You already know how it is a mental programming how they fuck you up. It is magic. They speak spells over you. And then if you're in an environment that upholds that shit, oh yeah, you gonna go cray. Facts, 100%. The fact that 14 ninjas talked about it is crazy work. That's way too many. So we just talking about two people that talked about Albertin, and they got a man that they hired that had 14 bodies. So what are we doing around here, BFC? BFC, come on, I just heard from Brandi today. She had so many wonderful things to say. Y'all hiring toxicity. Okay, let's continue to see what this nigga said. All right, what the articles is that? It said Abel would join the team as a scout. In 2024, Abel was the subject of a lengthy report on the Oregon. That spoke to 14 former University of Oregon players who said Abel would often cross the line as head coach, including throwing objects, harsh language, and threats to kick them off the team or revoke their scholarship. God damn. Listen, Abel resigned from BFC less than a week after his appointment. You best to get damn right, got to get the fuck out of here, nigga. Let's see. BFC said the club would not remove Montoya during the investigation. Why? Why not? Why would you want? Who even talked to this nigga Abel? Why is this nigga? Whoever hired Abel needs to be looked at too. Whoever hired Abel needs to be looked at too. Who are you recruiting? Do you not understand how shit works? How are you recruiting a person that has 14 bodies on him? How do you still have a job? So not only Abel should have been fired, the hiring nigga should have been fired too. You letting in dangerous people to your community. You're letting dangerous ideologies and mentalities around young women, young girls. Y'all over here creating an environment where you are known, where there's energy out there. There are people that have spoken on these people. Y'all continue to invite these niggas in y'all circle, and y'all wonder why. Listen, this is crazy. I didn't even know this thing. So Abel got fired. Thank the Lord Jesus. All right. But they say we ain't gonna touch Montoya. Why not? Why you ain't gonna touch Montoya? Who he? I don't give a fuck who this nigga is. Anyways, he wore a lanyard for most of the season. Okay, my bad. All right. So during the investigation, and another than that, BFC said the club would not remove Montoya during the investigation, and other than that, it's been mostly no comment from those in authority. Why y'all ain't commenting? Why did that? Okay, Montoya, during his media availability, said that he would not talk about the complaint. BFC did not return a request for comment, and the NWSL has said it would not comment either. Why do y'all want to talk about this? Oh my, I'm getting. Why y'all not? First of all, y'all should already know there's something going on. Someone hired Abel. You have to know something's going on. Who the fuck hired Abel? That nigga stayed for a week too. He ain't get fired the day after. Nigga, I'm sorry, hold on. He said Abel resigned from BFC less than a week after his appointment. Less than a week. So he was probably there like 4 days. He's like, oh shit, I can't. I'm not gonna be able to get down like I got down. You know what I'm saying? But who the fuck hired Abel? You can't get away from someone in your office hiring a predator. Y'all hiring predators that are on record, like 14 bodies. So we ain't gonna believe none of the women. So one of the women maybe. Okay, so if all 14 women lied, and y'all still hired the ninja, y'all still hired them. BFC, y'all questionable. I can't believe y'all didn't do your information. Listen, and just look at the second pair. Let me have to roll up. I'm going in tonight. In 2024, Abel was subject to a lengthy report. That was literally last year. Like last year. Like, so it's not nothing backdated. It's not something in the 2010s and last year, fam. Last year they all found out this information. So when y'all did a research background check on Abel, y'all didn't see this article pop up from last year? Man, listen, oh my God, y'all are so bad, BFC. This is awful. I can't believe it. I can't believe what I'm reading. All right. I can't believe NWSL trying to cover this up too. This is crazy. Y'all don't want to comment. Y'all scared. Y'all listen. I listened to Jessica today. She was the beneficiary, right? Because she's only been here for 3 years at the NWSL. She was the beneficiary of a lot of things changing. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it was also interesting to see what people were being able. Okay, so when Jessica came out, first of all, my thing was, I enjoyed some of it. And some of the things I'm just like, because I can't believe what they present to us. The shadow government, I can't trust them. These are all pawns in the system. These are all niggas that don't talk about what we talk about. They are different types of people than I am. 100%. They have to say certain things, to get certain money, to shake certain hands, to get certain doors open, because that's how the fucking demonic matrix works. Now, Jessica, you kind of rubbed me the wrong way, fam. And like I said, now I'm finding a little bit more about what's going on with BFC and Montoya and this nigga Abel. I mean, all around is shady as fuck. Shady as fuck. Y'all hired a nigga named Abel who had a whole lengthy ass Oregon report talking about 14 former players said he would often cross the lines, throw shit at them, have harsh negative self-talk to them. Also, anybody that talk back, he talk about, I'm gonna take your scholarship. Bitch, the audacity that you think that you can take people's this is the types of spirits and bodies that are walking the planet. People that think that they are that shit, and they think that they can take shit from you. The shit that you work hard for, the shit that you didn't put blood, sweat, tears into. They think that they can just take it. Cause why do you think you could do that? Because in this system, there have been people that have been in positions to do that to niggas. And what can you do? You can't say shit because these niggas are in power. And then the whole people around them, they can't say shit too because they don't want. But we in new times, nigga. We in new times, nigga. No, bitch. No, not today, nigga. Not in this time. You use your own currency. You use your own energy to fuel your dreams, fuel your motivations, fuel your passion. Stop using other niggas' talents. Stop using other people's energy to do something that you want to do. You got gifts and talents inside you. You need to fucking find that shit and use it. Stop using other people. That's what they be doing. It's so disgusting. And now that I know, because that's what people was trying to do with me. But like I said, since we be seeing things through the matrix, through the realms of women's football, this is what the fuckery is. You see the fucker right here. You see that people in BFC are hiring predators. And then NWSL is well aware that they're hiring predators, and they're gonna try to rub it underneath the swipe it underneath the rug. Like you can't tell me, how did this man get an opportunity to even say, hey, I was BFC's scout for less than a week? How are you getting opportunities to be in these doors when you're a predator? Because predators know predators. Because there's somebody preteristic. There's somebody that's like that at BFC. Has to be. And we gonna blame the hiring manager. Who the hiring manager for BFC? Who the fuck? Look, I got smoke for you, Bay. I got smoke for you. I got hella smoke. Finding this shit out. It's so disgusting. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. 100%. 100%. I got all the smoke. All the smoke. I saw on Reddit talk about Alex Lorena and Diana were toxic anyways. Happy that they left. I'm like, hold on, nigga. We all know Diana wasn't the best of them. But was she toxic? I'm like, well, she not that good at football, but is she toxic? And then that Alex Lorena girl, I'm like, you know, some people on my chat fuck with her. Talking about she toxic. So she's toxic? These expansion teams, fam, what y'all doing over here? Y'all creating another systematic organization of toxicity? What y'all doing over here? Listen, it's not a coincidence. Angel City, they docked points. They cheating. They paying niggas under the table. But one of the most, what did they say? I think at the summit, evaluated at 100 and something million. But y'all niggas got docked points last year because y'all were doing some scandalous shit. San Diego Waves, same shit. Jill Ellis, the head of your face. Come to find out, Casey Stoney talking about, I found out I got fired when I was at a funeral. So they called Casey, knowing she was on leave, probably knew that, hey, she's at a funeral. They still fired Casey. They savage. They don't give a fuck. Casey was like, me and my wife was home and my kids was homeless for like a couple of days, nigga type. I couldn't come back to America. I got fired. I ain't got no visa. I can't get back. Damn, y'all dirty, San Diego. That's toxicity at the finest. So you then fired your coach after you gave her an expansion when she's at a funeral. That's some awful shit. And I don't know who the fuck her agent was. I'm sorry you had to make that call at the funeral. Sorry, coach. Yeah, fucking San Diego said fuck you. And you're not good enough anymore, ho. And you stay your ass wherever the fuck you are. Type shit. That's crazy. Crazy. Toxicity Ellis. So that happened. And now we got Bay FC. We already know Boston under controversy. Too many balls, nigga. Huh? Oh, fuck. What the fuck? Anyways, NWSL Commissioner Jessica Berman had a pre-scheduled media availability, though for the same day the Chronicle story came out. She used it to talk broadly about creating a safe and healthy work environment for everyone and added, we're very confident that the system we have in place will ensure that we surface the issues that need to be addressed. Nigga, I don't trust Jessica. I'm just being real. Anyways, When I asked about the growing list of clubs with allegations against them, gosh, Berman said, the fact that these are questions being raised or a review underway doesn't mean that the environment is not safe and healthy. And it doesn't mean that our protocols and procedures are not working. In fact, the opposite. The fuck? How is in fact that's the opposite? She's literally gaslighting us, right? Telling us, no, that ain't true. It's actually this. Wait, no, bitch, that don't work that way. They said the fact that people can come forward and raise a question or concern and have us be embodied through an independent review that assesses the situation, and determines what correct action is needed, is actually the system working. Nah, nigga, y'all, that's a lie, nigga, you a lie, ass bitch. Just look at her language, bro. Actually, it's not, how you gonna say, actually, because people are coming out and talking to us, talking about how our environment is toxic, actually the system is working, because that means there's the culture. That means there's not a culture where people are being suppressed. But so when niggas come out and say, hey, it's toxic, and then y'all cover it up, and then you try to use actually people coming out saying it's toxic as the system working, is honestly like insulting, gaslighting, and all that other stuff. I wish maybe I should identify certain words that I'm using, but I don't think that's proper. I don't feel like that's a correct assessment. And she flunked out for saying this sentence. She's crazy. 100%. 100%. This is wild work, yo. Did she really say that? She says, this is what the nigga said. He asked her, he says, when I asked about the growing list of clubs with allegations against them, Berman said, the fact that there's a question being raised or a review underway doesn't mean that the environment is not safe and healthy. So when teams are not being talked about as not so when teams are not talked about when teams don't have articles talking about that they're toxic, that means they're not toxic. It just means no one's come out yet, because it can work both ways. But you see the way that she wants it to work, because people can come out and talk about, hey, you know, there's some abuse. That means there's a system working. There's a system in place. In essence, that's true. But why are we talking about toxicity again in NWSL? Like, why are y'all keep having this loop of people having to come out and say, hey, this environment's toxic, my mental health, huh? Anyways. Also, I was also immediately LOL. I was also immediately muted and unable to ask a follow-up question. Of course you were, bruh. Birdman stuck to familiar talking points during her halftime interview at the Chicago Cup. Damn. The Chronicle reported also made Bay FC the third team within the past 6 months to have current or former players or employees come forward to say they were subjugated to emotional abuse, harassment, or discrimination while part of an NWSL club. So let's read it again. The Chronicle report also made Bay FC the third team within the past 6 months to have former or current players or employees come forward. Yeah, that's it. Come forward to say that they were subjugated to emotional abuse, harassment, or discrimination while a part of the NWSL club. God damn. Hold on. We good over here? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Uh-oh, damn. Hold on. In October of last year, 5 former San Diego Wave employees sued the club and itself for more than a dozen civil claims, including racial discrimination, sexual harassment, and retaliation. Even before the lawsuit was filed, then club president Jill Ellis had sued one of the former employees, Brittany Alvarado, for defamation. Alvarado has responded by asking for Ellis' lawsuit to be dismissed, saying everything she said was covered by her right to free speech. A few months later, a 6th former Wave employee joined the lawsuit, saying while working at the club, she was harassed by a supervisor who sent her DICK pics. The fuck? Ellis is not named a defendant in the suit, but her name came up multiple times in the complaint as she was the team president. Toxicity. Months later, former San Diego head coach Casey Stoney opened up about her sudden firing last season, which happened during Ellis's tenure. Stoney told the BBC that while she was back in UK for a funeral, she got a call from her agent saying she had been fired. The sudden loss of her job meant Casey's visa was immediately terminated and she wouldn't return to the United States. And she could return to the United States. She said pretty much rendering me and my partner homeless with 3 kids. Crazy. Ellis has since left the Wave to join FIFA. 2 third-party investigations cleared the Wave, but the lawsuit said that those investigations were deeply flawed. What the fuck? You see how this so awful it is? It's like you could still have an investigation, and during the investigation, niggas can get paid off. They can be told, hey, look, I know what you found out, but two third-party investigations cleared the Wave, but the lawsuit said those investigations were deeply flawed. So what the fuck are people putting their energy towards if the shit's gonna come out deeply flawed, nigga? Like, the fuck? You see, it's fuckery. It's straight up fuckery. When asked at the media availability about San Diego, Berman said the investigations that were done in the past universally, to the extent there are many there to the extent there are as to the extent there was any misconduct identified, it was actioned. The fuck? I don't know what she said. She said a whole bunch of fucking lostness. The investigations that were done in the past universally, to the extent there is any misconduct identified, it was an action. I don't know. This bitch crazy. I don't know. She's talking lostness. That's just lostness. She's just using words now. I don't know what she's talking about in that sense. Speak English. Either you're okay with the abuse or not, fam. Like, what do you I mean, like, I want to hear, damn, I'm sorry. Like, we have all these scandalous ass fucking NWSL teams. It hurts my heart to hear all these former players and coaches talk about how they're being mistreated. Everything is pretty much fuck the players is good. You know what I mean? She's just I don't know, fam. I don't fuck with her. About the same time that sixth former Wave employee joined the lawsuit. Yeah, shout out to Carly. We read about her. Former Utah Royals goalkeeper Carly Nielsen posted on a statement on her social media saying she endured emotional and psychological abuse at the club. The retaliation and discrimination I faced for prioritizing my mental, because they tell them, like, because in NWSL they want to say, ladies, you know, this league is popping. Y'all know NWSL is a very competitive league, and they want to break them mentally. They want to say, well, since you play in this competitive league, since you play in this, you need to be tough. You need to be this. You need to be that. You need to fuck. I can't. No, nigga. No. Y'all gotta figure out how to talk, nigga. Then we in new times. No, we are in new times. Y'all gotta be able to talk to these players. Y'all talking reckless. Y'all are harming their mental. Y'all are dangerous people for them to be around every day as a profession. Not everybody can handle. Look, I'm an air sign. So thankfully, I've been attacked mentally so much because of just me being an air sign. But the mental game is fucked up, and it's not everyone has the ability. And first of all, they don't teach us in school that we're gonna be fucking gaslit, manipulated, playing the game that we love, nigga. Like, damn, I didn't know I was gonna sign up to be hated on, retaliated just because I'm taking care of my mental health. So they just want them to be, you know, robots, nigga. Carly Nielsen, shout out to her. Like I said, the retaliation, discrimination I faced for prioritizing my mental health made it clear that the club cared about. It made it clear the club cared more about control than accountability, she said. And that, there was a lot of things talked about in the summit because I don't know who had said it, but one of the speakers had said, you know, now that football, sports in general, sports is now having to take responsibility for the, there were so many good things, and there's also some things I'm like, I don't know. But there's so many great things that I learned in this summit, right? Listening to a lot of these people. And I was also interested to see what type of game they're gonna kick us. And ultimately I got a pretty clear I have a pretty good picture, in essence, what they told us in the summit. And you can go watch the summit on YouTube. Now, they didn't show the Billie Jean King. She talked. I didn't see that part right there. So, because I was able to watch it online. I wasn't there at the attendance, of course. It was free for you to sign up, but people paid like $50 to go there. And it was sold out too. So a lot of people wanted to hear what everyone had to say. I think they had a great group of women and some dudes. Like I said, I wasn't able to listen to all of them. I tried my best to listen to most of them, but you can go watch it on YouTube, on US Soccer's website right now, on US Soccer YouTube. You can go watch it, and they may have it up tomorrow, like more of the whole thing, like when Billie Jean King talked and everything. So yeah. But what's her name? Jessica Berman talked a lot about control, and she also gave us an insight. So Jessica she's been around, of course. Most of these people mainly have been around in male spaces because I mean, nigga, women weren't given opportunities. So it's like they were like either the first woman or the second woman being introduced into the organization filled with men and their ideologies. And shout out to I'm gonna go down the list of the pictures to see if I can remember what they had talked about. Because there was also there was the one lady that I really enjoyed was the Afghan woman. Yeah, shout out to her. She's incredible. Like I said, Nielsen started the 2024 season in goal for the Royals, but never appeared in the match again after the season opener. Soon after, she was listed as an excused absence in the weekly injury report, and by the end of May, Nielsen announced she's taking a leave. Also, you know who else I found out had taken a leave? My girl, Bethany Bolser. Bethany Bolser talking about, I gotta take a break. My girl Bethany Bolser, you know, I fuck with Bethany heavy. Y'all know how many times I talk about her because she's a very outspoken lady. Yeah, so she's taking a break talking about she had became bitter type shit. Materialistic type shit. I'm not having fun type shit. You know, we know she left, she got traded to Seattle to I forgot what her new crib was. But yeah, my fam, like, damn, you think something going? I don't know. I feel like Bolster would let us know, like, hey, niggas, like, hey. I think, racing. There we go, racing. Shout out to Tim Flash. Shout out to you, Tim. Thank you, racing. Right, racing. She went to racing, right? So she on break, fam. She had to step away, right? So the mental thing. All right. Let's keep it going. Nielsen, that's right, announced that she was taking a leave for her mental health. The Royals and the NWSL never replied in January to request for comment. So NWSL, the Royals, y'all don't want to answer no questions about when y'all players want to step away. When people ask questions, y'all don't want to answer. NWSL, why is that? Why are y'all trying? I know y'all want y'all league. Y'all league is the best league, but it's so toxic. It is so toxic. So many coach firings, and America's toxic. It is what it is. America toxic. It's a manifestation of the toxicity in America. It is what it is. We still got to get rid of all these people that ultimately want to destroy people's mental. People that do not want people to be happy in the game that they love, that do that want them to be productive society members, and they want them to be robots with no feelings, no emotions, no empathy, no compassion, for their well-being. You're just gonna take this, and do you want to play in the NWSL, the best league, yada yada yada? But y'all, the best league that is toxic, and the fact that, you know, it's a damn shame, to be honest. It's a damn shame. And last month, the league announced that it would pay $5 million to the players who were abused, a settlement resulting from a joint investigation done by 3 attorneys. Only $5 million when y'all asking expansion teams for like 100 or something? So y'all asking expansion teams for like 100 or something just to join, but y'all only paying the women $5 million that y'all be abusing? Okay. Even the announcement of a new expansion team in Boston, surely the type of good news everyone can get behind, went awry. The new club started out with the name Boss Nation and introduced themselves in a disastrous deleted campaign video titled Too Many Balls. Exactly. Y'all just disgusting. Fuck Boston right now. The campaign was bashed for its reference to men's sports, its repetitive bald jokes, and being transphobic. Last week, the team finally confirmed that it would get a new team name, and yet there's still more to worry about. Exactly. So like I said, Bay FC expansion team. Here we go again. Boss Nation new expansion team. Y'all think too many balls is funny? Y'all think y'all weird, nigga? This is the same niggas that are getting opportunities because they got the money, they got the currency, and it's mainly men. It is what it is. Y'all niggas, y'all are now putting money in, and y'all want to have too many balls as an ad. Y'all niggas is weird, and y'all being exposed for being weirdos. For being weirdos, y'all change y'all shit up real quick, nigga. We don't look. Y'all haven't even played one football match, niggas, and we know y'all on some weird shit. We already know y'all on some weird shit. Oh my gosh. Not even it. It's NWSL so toxic. It is what it is. NWSL's toxic as fuck. The campaign, like I said, was bashed. The new club is supposed to play in the reinvented White Stadium, but residents and conservancy groups have sued to stop it. Gosh. According to the WBUR, saying that the public-private partnership runs afoul of state law because it lacked significant legislation review for transfer of public land for private use. Interesting. It says the stadium has become an election issue. God damn, not them making this a political thing now too. Oh my goodness. It's because we got all these greedy hands. Because we have so many wealthy people invested in NWSL now, these niggas are also tied to the politicians, you know? And like I said, I saw a little article where Zambia said, hey, y'all niggas that are in America, y'all niggas stay there. We are not going to risk y'all coming up back to us to play some matches and then y'all not being able to get back or being made to stay here. So it is crazy how everything is starting to connect to each other because it all is connected, right? And we have to, of course, in this new age, nigga, we having to destroy and dismantle all the fuckery. It ain't gonna be overnight. But layer by onion, we gonna tear this old matrix down, the simulation, this fuckery, this bullshit. Gonna tear it all down. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So now, the stadium has been an election issue in Boston to mayoral race with challenger Josh Kraft. Yes, that Kraft. I guess one of them. I don't know what Kraft that nigga is. The Kraft on the ketchup bottle type shit. Them niggas. I don't give a fuck about y'all niggas. We already know who y'all niggas are. Calling on Mayor Michelle Wu to suspend stadium demolition until after the lawsuit is resolved. The Kraft Group is currently negotiating a mitigation agreement with Boston for their own soccer Pacific Stadium for the MLS team. Okay, so you know a lot of people want to be, like I said, especially America. It's crazy, and I'm kind of glad that the USL League was not attached to this. I'm glad we have another league in America because USL League is going to be the most competitive league without the toxicity. And they're going to look, once they get some more money coming in with them, the USL League, trust me, a lot of the ladies that want to play NWSL, y'all, look, NWSL ain't, look, give USL League 10 years, nigga. Give them 10 years like the NWSL. Give them 10 years. They're going to be in the same, and they're going to have scouts scouting the same people. You want to come play for me or you want to come play for them? And the women are really going to have to start looking. You better look. You're going to take a pay cut or you may not even have to take a pay cut. But look, NWSL is leveraging all these faces, all these Amazon, CBS. They're leveraging the players because it's popular. You know, we love our ladies. We're the currency. The reason why we have all these billionaires investing into the women's games because we watching it. Because we're the consumer. We're the ones that are watching the game. We're the ones that are tuning in. Us. So this is why they want to be putting their money in it. If we ain't tuning into, they would never come over here. 100%. They would be still doing their same thing. It says yet. Hold on. Okay, we good. All right. Yet, there is good news. After a rocky period that began last season, the Houston Dash have found themselves a general manager, a retool roster, and look good through. They lost to Washington Spirit 2-1 to open the season. The match included last season's Rookie of the Year, Corey Bethune, who came off last season injury list for the Washington Spirit ahead of the match. More than 72,000 people attended games in the opening weekend. Shout out to everyone that got out there. You know what I'm saying? As always, the best part of the league is its players. Thank God. They are the reason people show up to watch the games in person and on TV in the first place. With the help of countless others on coaching and business sides, but when they will be able to be in the news for that and that alone, and not having to grapple with reports of abuse or misconduct remains to be seen. All right. We got a couple. All right. Let's see what so this was just one of the interviews. This was Leslie Ryder. Shout out to you. I read your little art. And this is the article I came across. Right. Okay, let me see. Hold on. I thought this was well. All right, let's listen to this, okay? I haven't even listened to it, so I'm gonna mute myself.
South Bay reporter Jesse Gary live at PayPal Park now. And Jesse, this likely a distraction from all of this preseason training.
Christina, good evening to you. And some players can see this is taking the focus of what they say has been a very successful and productive preseason. The team is monitoring developments as it goes through its paces before its season opener in just over a week. Friday morning's Bay FC practice sees players juggling mixed emotions. Excited their off-season work will soon be put to the test, but also concerned over allegations. Things haven't been pitch perfect behind closed doors.
Always unfortunate anytime there's negative allegations anywhere. I think for us, we're just kind of waiting for everyone to read the story, kind of take our time, form our own opinions on it.
The story centers around an SF Chronicle report. The National Women's Soccer League is conducting an independent investigation into head coach Albertin Montoya. This following complaints by two former players of a toxic environment. Two former staffers, according to the Chronicle, agreed with the assessment. The NWSL confirms there's an investigation, and in response, BayFC sent a statement that reads in part, "We take all feedback very seriously and are working closely with the league to review and will take the appropriate steps necessary based on the findings." A third-party investigator cleared the coach of one of the complaints.
I love the environment. I think the culture is incredible.
Always very positive, very enthusiastic, very, I don't know, energetic, brings most energy.
Hey, peep game. Look at the faces that are willing to be presented and back and say something. She said, "Hey, look, we need to get the information so we can all have our own opinion." Abby Dogcamp, bro. Is Abby still playing for BFC? This lady, she, you know, I think she's a Portland girl. Is Abby still playing for BFC? Yep. So we got two former players that said that there was a toxic environment, and then we had two former staff that agreed. So someone lying? Abby, why are you out here? Abby, why are you putting yourself on the line for this? Oh my goodness. All right, let's see what else they say. It's only a little minute.
Energy to everybody.
BayFC saw roughly a third of its team leave after its inaugural season. The same.
Why is that? Why did half your team leave after your inaugural season? Huh? That's not a coincidence, nigga. Y'all just started. Why would half your team leave when you just started the season? I mean, why would your whole let's run it back. Maybe I didn't hear that right.
Is incredible.
Always very positive, very enthusiastic, very, I don't know, energetic, brings most energy to everybody.
BayFC saw roughly a third of its team leave after its inaugural season, the same time frame as when the complaints were first lodged against Montoya.
Wait, so the time frame was literally a year after? So same time that players are leaving is the same time articles are being it's the same time hold on, what did you say? All right, we gotta take the news with a grain of salt though, okay? Remember that. It's still the shadow government. It's the news. I think this whole Fox.
Very, I don't know, energetic, brings most energy to everybody.
BayFC saw roughly a third of its team leave after its inaugural season, the same time frame as when the complaints were first lodged against Montoya.
Oh, my bad. I was on mute. My bad. Thank you, Tim Flash. Yeah, so like I said, the time period a year after the inaugural season, the third of the team leaves. Same time, there's allegations of his toxic environment. I can understand if there was pressure to be good. For me, expansion teams should never have for me, you're an expansion team in the most competitive league. Why do y'all think y'all gonna jump out and be so successful? You're in a competitive league. You think that they want the new kids on the block stunned? I don't think so. So what makes y'all I understand the pressure, But don't be expected Bay FC, Utah Royals come back, Angel City, San Diego Wave automatically to be successful. That's crazy. Okay. Oh, all right. Let's see what else.
And the NWSL has battled an image problem from 3 years ago. 4 coaches were fired or left in 2021 for a variety of alleged abuses.
I think that there has to be a larger dialogue and conversation and perhaps focus across the board. If we have reason to believe that this is a systemic issue, then you do have to zoom out and look at your processes and protocols and what are we doing to make sure that these franchises are putting the best people in place to cultivate and facilitate an environment that is going to be conducive to professional athletes.
Back on the pitch, some players are keeping an open mind and realizing everyone will come to their own conclusions about the allegations against the coach and how much it will hang over their yet-to-begin season.
You know, Albertin is very much a player's coach. He's going to be there for you.
Bay FC opens its season a week from tomorrow in Utah. Its home opener is on March 22nd here at PayPal Park against Louisville.
They haven't even had a home match yet. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Oh, she wants to be the coach herself? Shit, Abby, look, I'm just saying, look, it can't be Bay FC. I would not want to be a coach. I would not want to be a coach involved in toxic. I would not want to be in an environment where not only are people getting hired with 14 bodies on them, yeah, I'm sorry. I would not want to be a part of that establishment. I know he didn't last long, but the fact that he got in through those doors is very concerning. It's concerning for Bay. The fact that he was able to get through the hiring process, y'all did not do y'all due diligence on this man, Abel. And yes, so if y'all didn't do y'all due diligence on Abel, I don't know. I bet you Alberto, he's not the same as Abel, right? These niggas be sneaky. Listen, Paul Riley was fucking his players. We had coaches fucking the players. And and everyone, I was thinking about that. I had broke that down too. But like to hear that Paul Riley was effing the players and a lot of people knew about it and really they didn't do nothing about it. It's disgusting. There was no platform, no outlet for them to do it until, of course, they all came out and was like, fuck. So it's disgusting that like I said, I haven't, thank God we haven't, I don't know another league in women's football yet to have come out to say one of our former coaches was fucking a player, but it is diabolical. And NWSL has such a bad image. I mean, as someone, let's continue to read. Let me see. And I have another article. We got a lot of stuff, bro. I just can't believe it. Shout out to y'all niggas. Hold on, let me get on with. It says I did notice something toxic about Bay FC, but not something I want to comment on. Well, what'd you hear? Tell the people. What am I looking for right here? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, I see why I do that. Okay. But let me get on Michelle Kang ass. All right, Michelle Kang. You gonna get some currency. Yo, Michelle, I Okay, first of all, Michelle's throwing out cash left and right. She don't care if she. So Michelle K not only donated $30 million to fucking U.S. Soccer. I'm sorry, she didn't donate it. She invested. Michelle K invested $30 million to U.S. Soccer, right? And she also, as you see, oh, Tim Flash, you're talking about Alberto's daughter? Alberto got a daughter that coming through? No. Oh my gosh. No wonder they're trying to save this nigga. Wow. Wow. Exposed. Thank you, Tim Flash. That is vital information, fam. That is vital. But God's better. God was like, hey, look. I'm gonna expose this ninja. And like I said, I was just scrolling. Like I said, I was just doing some, I wanted to see what some people were talking about NWSL. I had seen some things. I was like, all right, let me keep scrolling. And like I said, I was already in the vibe because I had watched the summit. But I knew there was something more. There was just more information I could get out of this. And I didn't know I didn't know that this story of Albert had this. Okay, so Michelle Kang invests $25 million to develop women's soccer. So Michelle Kang throwing money around. Not surprised. Let's see what this article says about Michelle Kang from Jeff. Says Washington Kang Spirit owner Michelle Kang announced on Friday that she was handing over her female athlete innovation hub and making an additional $25 million investment to support U.S. soccer efforts, bringing Kang's total investment federation into $55 million. It says last year Kang pledged $30 million over 5 years to U.S. soccer to professionalize women's and girls soccer for the playing and coaching pathways to administration opportunities. With Friday's announcement made at U.S. Soccer She Believes Summit in downtown L.A., Kang has promised to integrate the operations of her Kenisha. We talked about that. I mean, I heard about it. Like I said, listening to Michelle Kang got to learn a little bit more about the woman. I do like that she's an outsider. That's one of my favorite things, and she's an outsider. But she's an outsider using her money to talk. She like, no, nigga, you get money here. You get money here, nigga. You get money. 30 million. Y'all need 30? All right, I got you. 5 years. I got you. 30. I got 3 football clubs. 5 years. I can dish that out. I'm gonna make like how much money is Michelle Kang gonna get back from that 55 million? Nigga, she finna be a billionaire. Like, she finna be a trillionaire. She got 3 football clubs, and once all of them are like in CONCACAF Champions Cup, fucking UEFA Champions League, that currency, she gonna look. Anyways, let's keep reading. So Michelle Kang out here single-handedly embarrassing everyone. She's like, what player has what person has like, hey, I'm just gonna give you, what person has put 55 million into U.S. soccer? Like, this is crazy. Like, who is this woman? She just pop out of nowhere. I'm telling you, these millionaires, they see the currency. Well, first of all, they know the value of women's sport. They know the value of sport in general. And in general, also another thing about the summit today, we all know sports is a vehicle. A lot of these things that we have in this reality are vehicles that we use based upon the simulation, because the simulation is fucked. You have to use sports to get somewhere. Some people use sport to get a college scholarship, to go learn, to be a doctor, to be a teacher, to be whatever, and be able to create a life for themselves in this artificial world that we live in. Okay. we're humans having a human experience, but the system has created certain things that you gotta do just to get through. But now, if you wake up and you realize, oh wait, hold on, I don't have to do it the way they taught me. But if I woke up too soon, my environment, it may not. This shit ain't gonna work. You were gonna have to do something different. But like I said, Michelle King out here throwing $55 million at U.S. soccer is crazy. Okay, what are they gonna do with all that money? Thankfully, we think we're in good hands with Emma Hayes. We'll see. Okay, let's continue. So yeah, she throws another $25 million to this dude. We heard him today too, like in the little press conference. A science-backed platform dedicated to improving how female athletes train into U.S. Soccer Forward Foundation. Also, another thing that somebody reminded some of the people were saying, one of the speakers said, apparently only because, unfortunately, we live in a world that is male-centered, or we have lived in a world at patriarchy. Excuse me. We live in America, in a patriarchy, and a lot of other geographical locations live in a patriarchy. They said there's only 6% of data on the woman in sport, and like something about 6. There's only 6% of data they could have find on like women and like the sport. And like something health, I don't know exactly what she had said, but there was only 6% of data because the men have not learned about the woman anatomy enough to even give a fuck because they think that we're property. So they don't even, like, a lot of these things, they don't even have the science. They're going off the very little information that they have on women's sports in general, because, you know, we live in a patriarchal society, which is crumbling day by day. So yeah, that was a lot of the talk too. Not, they didn't talk like that, but in essence, it is what it is. Okay. The platform launched last July during the Olympics, where the United States women's soccer played. Yeah. Okay. What else, Michelle Kane? Hold on. Right. We heard from this dude, JT. It says the goal of the integration, according to Kang and U.S. Soccer CEO JT, is to scale resources at the national level. And that was another thing. So listening to Michelle, she pretty much was like, hey, look, USA is the best. Okay, America's corporation, how they have the U.S. Soccer is the best place to create a model to help the world, to help the women's football, women's sport. It's kind of women's, but mainly it is going to have a ripple effect in all women's sport in general, right? And she wanted to pretty much get the football. Oh man, Michelle, there were some good things that I was like, okay. So I was wondering why she's moving the way she's moving, right? So she pretty much was like, America has the infrastructure, the kind of the foundations already to be able to scale it quickly. And other countries will be able to benefit off it, right? So pretty much, but then again, she's like, we need help. That's why she went and got Burnell from Mexico. That's why she got Tarsi from Houston. And she said also she wants soccer to be available for everyone. Mainly football to be available for everyone. So she was saying the reason why she fucked with Lyon is because, hey, look, now you have no excuses. We have a outlet, have a pathway for you in France. We have a platform for you in London. We have a pathway for you in America. And like I said, she's going to leverage America, pretty much pimping out America and using it to create like a model to help the women's model like globally. It's crazy how they're using America, right? Because America, in some ways, you know, we haven't been restricted as other geographical locations, right? America didn't ban women's football for 50 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't remember ever reading articles like that. But the women did have to fight for Title IX. But in other countries, like I said, when I heard from Fatima, man, here I'm gonna have to go down. Like I said, I'm gonna go. We'll go down a little bit more of the pictures and everything, but yeah, I learned so much about some of the visions they have for us in the realm of women's sport and football. And pretty much there's a lot of people that are working on different aspects in the game to help the humanity, right? To help humanity. Billie Jean King also said she told us, she was like, hey, she's like, first you need to learn how to keep learning. You need to learn how to keep learning. You need to learn how to learn. You need to learn how to learn. You need to learn how to keep learning or some shit like that. And she said some other shit. And there was a lot of other people that there were some messages that resonated with me. There was another woman. She said, every room you step in, you belong there. I mean, you there for a reason. Every room you step in, you belong there type shit. And also the Afghan woman, she always was saying, she said, because it was, I had a similar, first of all, she was pretty much saying, football changed her life. And in her country where women are not able, they pretty much can't make their own decisions because they feel like women don't have the mentality. They're not capable. They just don't think of them as human beings. So they don't have the ability, quote unquote, to make decisions for themselves, unfortunately. And she said that her mama and her had to hide that she was playing football from the dad because of his ideologies, right? So shout out to the mama Afghan. I think her name was Fatima. Shout out to Mama Fatima, because she really did hold it down for her daughter. Like, really though, imagine her dad finding out she's playing football. Oh my God, ain't no telling what was gonna happen to them. Anyways, her testimony was real nice. It was the testimony that I'm like, damn, y'all are going through it rough. I think I have it hard over here in America. Y'all niggas are over there talking about y'all can't even y'all are told that y'all can't even think for yourselves. That is ludicrous. If someone tell me I can't think for myself, you telling me I don't have the ability to think for myself, and you are the one that gets the ability to choose how I think? The audacity of that. It's crazy, bro. It is lostness, flunkness. Well, you're a human, you're a spirit in a body having a human experience. And you got another spirit in the body having a human experience talking about, nah, nigga, you can't think for yourself? The ideologies, the witchcraft over there in those countries where their women have to be under that rulership is crazy. I could never. I would flee. I would do everything I can to get out of that circumstance situation. What's going on over there, which I ain't never been, but just hearing Fatima's I think her name was Fatima, just hearing her testimony. Afghanistan don't got a football club, or it got removed or some type of shit. But now they got the women. Now they trying to get Saudi Arabia women to play football. Or I don't know, those the same countries or some shit? Afghanistan and Saudi Arabia, yeah, y'all the same niggas or y'all different niggas? Like, are y'all like attached to each other or something? I don't know. But she's only 23 too. So she's I'm like 7 years older than her, or like 6 years older than her. She's still a young lady, right? But hold on, Michelle King, shout out to you. Right, the move aligns with U.S. Women's National Team Emma first female approach. I don't know why they keep saying female. I'm sorry. It does. I guess it does matter. It's women. Whatever. I be listening to a lot of TikToks. I listen to people on TikTok. They, it's that female. Why you calling females? They're women. I be calling the ladies girls, ladies. I be calling them all types of stuff. But like, apparently the language, when you call a woman a female, that's not an actual woman. I'm like, oh, I didn't know like all that shit. Like, so every time I heard him say it, I just like, it's normal, it's conditioned, right? And a lot of the things, I forgot some of the ladies were saying, the women have been conditioned to be perfect, and and the men have been conditioned to be brave type shit, and nigga, men are not gonna be able to be brave all the time, and women are not perfect all the time type shit. And, the ideologies and the mentalities that we're taught, it all goes full circle. And of course, another thing that they're having to do is, like I said, break through these doors where women were not the people that the lens were being seen through. Like all these organizations, a lot of these organizations that we have now that have been established have been through the lenses of men. and that shit ain't gonna work. They pretty much a lot of I forgot who, I don't know who said it in the summit. I don't even know if I can I'm just gonna show you about the Alberto stuff, but we'll see if we can tune into some other stuff because I don't really have timestamps for all of it. You gotta take everything and listen. And I had a good day. And I was able to just enjoy what I was hearing. And of course, like I said, I come home now and I find all this shit about BFC, and I'm like, okay, so y'all niggas are still scandalous, but it was good to see where they want the game to grow, what people could be good faces, and what people are heel faces in the realm. You know what I'm saying? So I was really salty. I was at first I was salty. I was like, why is it did y'all invite any of the USL league niggas? Like, did y'all invite any of them niggas? It was all sucking NWSL. Like, I was just like, so we ain't gonna talk about the USL? We ain't gonna talk about Jessica Berber, she was like, well, when we said we were gonna get rid of the draft, I had people call me type shit. I'm like, hold on now, niggas. Did y'all figure out that y'all gonna get rid of the draft before or after the USL league was like, we're not having a draft? Huh? So, you know what I'm saying? So y'all were y'all, of course, y'all benefited from the draft until y'all got y'all's money, and now like, we don't need the draft. The draft doesn't support us anymore. Now we have the money to be able to pay whatever players we want. Now we don't got to draft them no more. Now we can select them. And listen, the teams, look. It's a crazy game. I like the free market game. I want everyone to have equal opportunity to the best players. And that means you better make the right decision. You better understand what football club you signed up for. You better read the history. You better understand what league you play in. And especially the young ones, the young ladies that are coming through. Of course, they're gonna be. Billie Jean was talking a lot of shit about the players. She was like, the players do not know how to negotiate. I was like, oh damn. Billie was talking shit. She was like, oh man, I wish I remember. She was the first speaker. All right, well, let's keep going. Let me say. Kang, if you don't know Michelle Kang, she has where's it say here? Kang remains the owner and similarly named Kesna Umbrella or Kineska Umbrella Operation, which holds majority ownership of the NWSL Washington Spirit, French women's powerhouse Lyon, English second tier side, soon be first team, London City Lionesses, right? The integration represents a major step. The integration represents a major step forward in advancing research and setting new standards for women's sports, Kang said in the statement. By working players, we are assuring that players at all levels benefit from innovation, insight, and best practices. Women's soccer is experiencing historic growth, but there's still work to be done to break down systematic barriers and secure the investment needed for female athletes. The two key objectives of the collaboration will be research to advance the health of players in the sport and to establish performance and development best practices. Soccer Forward, which is a foundation established by the Federation to create a legacy around next year's co-hosted Men's World Cup, will serve to amplify the best practices. U.S. Soccer said it expects the new collaboration for Kaniska Innovation Hub to drive further impact ahead of 2023 Women's World Cup, which the U.S. is expected to host, potentially alongside other CONCACAF nations. After submitting the only valid bid. What is that supposed to mean? Whoa. As we continue to look at the soccer through the female eyes, as we continue to look at soccer through a female lens, this partnership will be a game changer for the future of women's soccer, Hayes said in the statement. This incentive will not only help us do important work to better understand the health of female athletes, but it will impact the support and resources across all aspects of the women's game. We want to help our players perform at the best and ensure that they have everything they need, both on and off the field, to help them reach their potentials as elite female athletes. Yeah, so, Michelle Kane, doing her big one. Just throwing money out there like it's nothing. I thought this was funny, Alberto. All right, look. So y'all know the attacking third. Well, I'm sorry, y'all may not know. It's a YouTube channel. Right here. We got timing of the interview very interesting given recent developments with him. Right. So this was right here, February 24th, right? And honestly, I was skimming through it, right? And then I was skimming through it. Like, I didn't listen to any of this because I already knew, nigga. I already knew nigga was on some shady shit. I already knew. Like, once I was like, nah. Once I started to put, like, I don't think this guy's a good guy. 100%. I don't believe this. Okay, I'm sorry. 99%. I don't believe this guy's a good guy. You can fake it till you make it, baby. You can fake it till you make it. But I'm not convinced. But look what he said real quick. I thought it was hilarious. No, I just thought it was a confirmation. I thought it was a confirmation, to be honest.
She gelling with everybody? How's she doing in preseason? And we can't help but wonder, could we potentially see a 3-back with your 3 center backs you now have?
Again, I get in trouble sometimes for just like speaking my mind and speaking too much. It's funny you brought that.
We see a 3-back with your 3 center backs you now have.
Again, I get in trouble sometimes for just like speaking my mind and speaking too much. It's funny you.
Nah, nigga, I bet you get in trouble sometimes for speaking your mind. It was funny. He said this. I know it's innocent, but I don't ever say I get in trouble for speaking my mind. People are intimidated. People are upset that I speak my mind. I don't give a nigga, but you get in trouble, yeah, because I bet you what you be saying, you be flunked out. 100%. But like I said, he said this 2 weeks, and then we get more articles. We got the articles come out, but apparently there's been stuff going on right after his inaugural season. He ain't been here that long. I'm sorry, bro. The fact that you haven't been here long enough and you already got toxicity reports is crazy. I'm sorry, bro. I mean, it is crazy. Like, that is quick. You had a guy that had 14 bodies on him get fired within, well, I'm sorry, he resigned. Just like Jill Ellis resigned, and she said she wasn't toxic, but she sure did resign, didn't you, Jill? Y'all be talking like y'all innocent, and then y'all be stepping away very quietly, huh? Very quiet, out the back door. Jill, you toxic. You had to leave. You had to run. And this is what happened, y'all. The toxicity, the negativity, the covert narcissism, the covert manipulation, all these entities are being exposed. They have to. We can no longer operate as a collective in these energies. It's not beneficial to society. Us as a collective will not be able to thrive and be successful and be human and experience the organicness of being human if we got pesticides, if we got blood drainers, vampires draining our energy to live their life and push their narratives and believe in what the fuck they got going on. And they ain't saying shit. And you just trying to be good. You just trying to have a good face because your daughter finna come up. I hope she can ball. Because damn, bro, if your daughter can't play football, That's gonna be an issue. And if you just like Brandi James, I'm sorry, I should have put you in that group, but because you ain't no LeBron James, I'm sorry, you ain't no damn LeBron. Anyways, if your daughter, I hope your daughter's good, and I just hope your daughter's good because I don't want to wish nothing because she may end up on my football club. For all I know, she may be world class. But your daddy ain't shit. I'm just saying, your daddy ain't shit. But you a baller, just like Trinity Rodman, right? People want to say her daddy ain't shit. I don't know the nigga, but she a baller. But her daddy ain't shit though, huh? Her daddy is a basketball player, won probably lots of championship. He ain't shit. He ain't a shit. He's a shit daddy to Trinity Rodman, but she's a hell of a baller. A hell of a baller. We don't know how his relationship is because we don't know his daughter, right? And I don't know Trinity Rodman and her situation with her poppy either. But rumors is he ain't shit. Rumors is he ain't shit. So listen, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, nigga. If your daughter goes to your club, first of all, if you survive this year, I'm gonna be surprised. I'm gonna be surprised because BFC, y'all are okay. First of all, y'all were not okay with Abel. But this is the same team. He was gonna be next to him. He was gonna be a scout. He was gonna be on the same roster. When they talk about when you pull up AFC, you go to the Wikipedia maybe or whatever the fuck, where you go to like niggas, and he's a scout. He wanted to be a scout. He wanted to go and hey, I could offer you an opportunity to be a world class football player for AFC. He wanted to be a scout. He wanted to be a predator. I'm just saying. He wanted to be a predator, and he got hired as a predator through a predator. There's no way around this, bae. Y'all hired a predator. You did not do your due diligence on behalf of your club. You hired a predator, but we should have been already known, right? I guess when y'all hired Alberto. Alberto was a red flag when y'all signed the nigga. And then Albin was another red flag. That's like that was an intense. You know why you know what? This is so crazy how God worked. So I guess when no one believed that Albert, like I said, people were like, where the evidence? The people that spoke out, the people that have spoken to the Chronicle, just like everyone else. Just like everyone else talked when they have to come out, they have to come to the new. They have to come to a news source, to a blog site, and let y'all know, hey, look, this is what's going on. Carly did it. All the people that speak out, everyone, they come to social media. They go to the websites and they tell their story. So Alberto, when he got hired, he wasn't a red flag because he got a daughter that plays football. And he can't be that way. He has a daughter that plays football. He wouldn't act like this. He's not that type of person. So he has the perfect mask to hide behind them? Is that what y'all telling me? Y'all trying to tell me he has the perfect mask to hide behind? Because he has a daughter that plays football? Okay. 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 All right, here's the Chronicle, y'all. So this one was March 7th, right? So we saw the interview on the Attacking Third, and that platform, look, like a lot of these platforms, they have to say certain things. These are not independent niggas. These niggas work for these niggas. Me? Independent? I don't work for FIFA. I don't work for UEFA. I don't work for NWSL. I don't work for none of y'all niggas. Thank God. Because y'all be hiring predators. I would be around predators if I wanted to come in and have fun with y'all. I would be around people that trying to drain my energy and try to control what I have to say about the things that I'm observing, about the things that I'm hearing. Y'all would want me to be a face to push y'all's agenda, and that ain't gonna happen. I'm too much of a truth teller. I can't be controlled. listen, stop trying to manipulate people. Stop trying to say one thing and do another behind the back. You know how many people I've had smile in my face and be evil behind my back? Evil. It's unfortunately, these are weak ass spirits. I'd rather you be evil in front of me, ho, than be evil behind my back. At least the evil ones that are evil in front of you, they don't give a fuck. But the ones that smile in your face and then they behind your back be the diabolical weak niggas. Those be those spirits. Those be the spirits that run in packs. Those be the spirits that just something happened and they were corrupted and they allowed the corruption to consume them. And the corruption became them. Probably like Jill Ellis. But anyways, let's continue. All right. So we got Bay FC coach staff faces NWSL investigation after complaints over Albertin Montoya. Ellis, LOL. Yeah, dude, Ellis, she toxic. And what did Sid LaRue say? We won in spite of her. We won in spite of that woman. Shit. And how long this hoe? Man, they got a whole. Okay. All right. It says the National Women's Soccer League has ordered an independent investigation of the Bay FC coaching staff. The team and league told the Chronicle on Thursday. The statement came after the team and league were asked to respond to the Chronicle's investigation that found, among other things, that 2 former players had described the Bay FC culture under head coach Albertin Montoya as toxic during the team's inaugural season in 2024. Like I said, especially because it was the first season, I feel like everyone was stressed. Everyone's anxiety was heightened, and wanting and needing to perform and all this stuff, all the support, and people's true colors were coming out first season. And like I said, when we saw the news article say, when we heard the news article say a third of the team left after the inaugural season, that should have been another sign. So that was another red flag. A third of the team leaves after the inaugural season of Bay FC. We got toxic environment come out. But that's my thing. Is like, what there shouldn't have been like that much pressure on, because actually the Bay FC did make the playoffs in their inaugural season, right? They were the last seed. They were the 8th team, right? Didn't they make the playoffs? But for me, I'm not expecting. Like I said, I'm not expecting. They made the playoffs. I'm a Houston Dash reporter, so I was like, I'm not expecting. You just gonna create a team and they just gonna have the greatest chemistry and they gonna end up. So he's very blessed. They're very blessed to get to the 8th seed actually in your first season. Because it's very rare. Like, you're a new club. You just got not the randomest, but you just got a group of 23, 24 women. You hoped you got some of the best ones you could have available to your club, and you were either successful or not. Like I said, the statement came after the team and league were asked to respond to a Chronicle investigation that found, among other things, that 2 former players had described the Bay FC culture under head coach Montoya as toxic during the team's inaugural season in 2024, while two other employees who were with the team last season agreed with the assessment. The Chronicle found that at least The Chronicle found that at least 2 formal complaints had been logged against Montoya. So the first one wasn't believed, and then the second one came up. So it's like, all right, that's another red flag. You have more than one person talk about a certain behavior. But how many times? But that's the thing. It's like y'all don't be believing the first one, and then you got another girl come behind, and then y'all still don't believe them. Like, come on. It's crazy. Y'all think these women are lying? Y'all think they say fuck Montoya? Y'all so all right, look. The Chronicle found that at least 2 formal complaints had been lodged against Montoya, one that was cleared after it was reviewed by a third-party investigator hired by the team, which we all know that's a fraudulent claim. The AFC said on Friday the other complaint, in which a player said she had experienced bullying by the coach, went to the league. The status of the complaint is unclear. It's like y'all can't even acknowledge it, niggas. Y'all can't even acknowledge this shit. Y'all don't even want to acknowledge this shit. That's what's disgusting about it. Y'all just want to let it fall to the wayside. And that's what's sad. Y'all just blatantly telling us y'all don't care. It's like, first of all, y'all in a league where this shit happens. Like, this is not new. This is not new. This is not new. So to think that we need to purge some more coaches, I'm not surprised. Y'all think we can get rid of 4 coaches 1 year and we're going to be okay? And ain't no predators going to try to creep back in? A nigga was hired this year and had to quit. Or I don't know if he was hired. When did that nigga Abel quit? Was it this year or last year? I don't remember. I'm guessing it was last year. But y'all still hiring predators for 2024. Literally hire the nigga on the same club. This isn't a different team. We're not talking about another team. Y'all, this was the same team. Y'all still, it's the same team. Y'all talk about the same team. It's the same team. But this is a league that this shit happens. So the fact that y'all like trying to just, well, no, we've changed. No, y'all haven't, nigga. And the fact that it's an expansion team is scandalous. But then again, we had Jill Ellis, expansion team, scandalous. And then again, we had Angel City, Doc Points, expansion team, scandalous. So it seems like Boss Nation, too many balls, scandalous. Y'all seem to just, y'all still look like, y'all still need some purging. There still needs some purging going on. That's just what I'm saying. That's pretty much what it's coming to. Yeah. All right. So the status of the complaint is unclear. Based on the information shared with the league, we are initiating a formal review of the communications between technical staff and the players at BFC, and we will take appropriate steps necessary on finding out on the findings of the preview. Oh shit. Based on the information shared within the league, we are initiating our formal review of the communication between technical staff and players at BFC, and will take the appropriate steps necessary based on the findings of the review. The league said Thursday. Okay, that's what the league said Thursday. Okay. BFC said the team is aware of the investigation, which in the other article we found out that they tried to deny it and then backtracked. Hoe ass niggas. How y'all gonna say ain't shit happened then? Oh, we fucked up. Another red flag. BFC is scandalous. That's another red flag. BFC, y'all scandalous. I can't believe y'all. It's disgusting. Based upon, okay, so it says the league said an independent third party would conduct the review and had no limits when it would be placed on the scope of investigation. The Chronicle found no allegations against coaching staff members. The Chronicle found no allegations against coaching staff members other than Montoya. NWSL Commissioner Jessica Berman asked about the Chronicle report in her preseason news conference on Friday, said that because there's a question being raised or a review underway doesn't mean that the environment is not safe and healthy. That's exactly what it means. I mean, it means actually the exact opposite. When you have someone bring in the question of your environment, maybe you are moving a little different. Maybe there is something going on. Especially when y'all niggas, literally, not you, Jessica, but especially when they hired a predator already. So yeah, that does mean there should be a question. She's such a liar. Like, she has to be the face to take the, she's like the commissioner, like the NFL commissioner. She has to take all the bullets. She's the scapegoat. She want to be the scapegoat? You want to be the scapegoat? Okay. You gonna take these L's. We see you for who you are. You don't mind taking the punches, huh? You've been around these men so much. You can handle it, huh? She can handle it. Anyways, and even the guy that was interviewing her was kind of creepy. I'm not gonna lie. Former on the summit, he was giving me creeps. He was giving me creep vibes. Four former employees and 2 former players told the Chronicle they choose to leave the San Jose-based team because of Montoya. 4 ninjas. 4 too many. 4 too many. 4 too many. How many people does it take to actually have? I mean, there were 6 people with Jill Ellis' stuff. And they actually sued the woman, or they were actually they filed a complaint, and NWSL had to splash $5 million on it. Not on Jill Ellis stuff, but the fact that NWSL paid that $5 million shows you y'all was abusing the women. Y'all was allowing coaches to sleep with players. It's disgusting. And they were winning championships. They were not. Don't act like Portland did not win during that scandal. And even Portland's the last time Portland won a championship, their head coach talked about, I ended up falling in love with one of my teammates type shit. And she told the whole world that. I don't know why she told us that. She's stupid. That's some shit you keep to yourself, nigga. Don't tell us that after we've been going through a purge. Anyways, like I said again, it says 4 former employees and 2 former players told the Chronicle they chose to leave the San Jose-based team because of Montoya, a veteran amateur coach who was hired despite limited pro experience. Here we go again. Montoya, a veteran amateur coach who was hired despite limited pro experience. So, like, what is that supposed to mean? So, he's a veteran amateur coach? What does that mean? Initially, so you try to tell me, so 4 former employees and 2 former players. That's 6 niggas. I counted wrong. It says 4 former employees and 2 former players. That's 6 people. Told the Chronicle they chose to leave San Jose based upon Montoya, and they claim in Montoya in this article that you a veteran amateur coach. You a veteran amateur coach who was hired despite limited pro experience. So once again, Amy Rodriguez with Utah Royals, she had limited. I don't know. She was a coach at a college, I think, or are they assistant? I don't know if this nigga was Montoya, but we all know what type of player A-Rod was. And it was her first club. This nigga, no experience. Limited, an amateur. This is what they claimed. The boy, a veteran amateur. Don't let me go to your Wikipedia. Don't let me go to your wiki. See what they got on you. If I go to your wiki, you ain't never coached a football team before. I'm gonna be like, you just like Morgan Garrett. You just like Mr. Garrett. We giving these men. I'm sorry, men. Look, all these men out here being toxic to the women. There have been women coaches that have been fired, but majority of these people that are getting fired are men. Y'all need to stay away from the women's game. Y'all need to go coach the men. Go coach the men, but they don't want y'all because y'all don't have experience. They don't want y'all. They don't want you. They don't want you. So you think you can get in with the women. And you can prey on the women. You can pray. Yep. Because the men, you're like, damn, I'm getting beat up over here by the men. They don't fuck with me because you ain't shit. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. I mean, I'm just saying, you probably ain't shit, but whatever. It says, additionally, the 3 players left after requesting trades, 2 retired instead of returning, and 1 left via free agency. In all, 8 players from the Bay FC's original roster, a third of the team, are no longer with the franchise. After the first year is crazy. That's a red flag. We had 2 retire, okay. 1 left free agency, and 3 left via trade. Is that the math right? The first complaint reached ownership last summer. Last summer? So 2024? The first complaint reached ownership last summer after a player felt targeted by personal comments directed by Montoya towards her during review meetings. Ownership investigated and cleared that complaint, the team said. According to sources close to the team, that player began to suffer anxiety attacks at the thought of going to training. A former team staff member and another former player confirmed they were aware of this incident. Man, and like I said, it sucks that some of the players, I always wish some of the players are people that want to, I wish that the former players could actually, you wish that people that have been through some traumatic shit, they can name their predator. They can name the predator. They can identify you're a predator. But since we live in a world of more, there's still undercover predators, but we don't know women and men. But especially in a sensitive environment when it comes to women's sports, still there's a lot more men in the realm based upon patriarchy. But yeah, man, she probably ain't never and depending on, we don't know if the woman is her first season, second season, especially this is an expansion team. She's like, hold on now, nigga, why am I being singled out, nigga? We a new ass club, nigga. What the fuck? We knew, nigga. I'm not supposed to be perfect, nigga. I didn't know she was gonna pass the ball to me this way. The chemistry ain't right. So she started to suffer anxiety attacks. I don't know what those mean. Like you're afraid of like going somewhere because like of all the animosity and being targeted. For what? Maybe I made a mistake. Okay, maybe I made a mistake. But damn, you gonna beat me up for the rest of my life for it? That's what they gonna do? And shit, I gotta get out of here. A second complaint reviewed by the Chronicle was filed after the season, though the NWSL The second complaint reviewed by the Chronicle was filed after the season through the NWSL anonymous tip line. Damn, so somebody used the anonymous NWSL tip line? The Chronicle is not publishing details about the complaint because they have been withheld from Bay FC and they might identify the anonymous player. Damn. So say it again. The second complaint reviewed by Chronicle was filed after the season through the NWSL tip line. The Chronicle is not publishing details about the complaint because they have been withheld from Bay FC and might identify the anonymous player. Damn. We gotta protect our players, but y'all not protecting them. NWSL not protecting our players. NWSL, y'all not protecting y'all players. Clearly, as of right now, y'all have a predator. Y'all have someone right now in the league that has toxicity rumors. And y'all gonna let him fly? And y'all gonna... Listen, this is no bueno. It says we were recently made aware of the feedback from the league. Bay FC said in a statement, "We take all feedback very seriously and are working closely in the league to review and will make appropriate necessary based on the findings. We were founded as a player-centered club, and we will do everything we need to make sure we have a supportive environment for our players." Same rhetoric. Same rhetoric. This nigga says, "I'm not gonna talk about it." What you mean you're not gonna talk about it? If I'm you, I'm like, no, I don't believe in that. Listen, I'm defending myself, nigga. If like Jill Ellis said, even though Jill Ellis was guilty, she backed away. It's someone trying to say that I'm toxic. And there's two. First of all, there's not one. There's two people. Exactly. There's not just one. There's actually 6 people, and you ain't gonna talk about it. So you just gonna just ignore it like it didn't happen. And this is what they do. So you just get to ignore the complaints of your toxicity, just like Jill Ellis. Well, Jill, she gone. He about to be gone too. He finna be gone. All right, for the second time in 3 days, Albertin Montoya threw up a stop sign when asked about the National Women's Soccer League recently opened investigation. The Bay FC head coach at the center of investigation, which was launched last week, and this was this article is March 13th. So it was launched last week after reporting by the San Francisco Chronicle regarding the working environment of the club. It says right now it's an open review, Montoya said during media availability early Thursday. Out of respect, I'm not going to talk about it. This nigga, no comment. Montoya gave the exact answer in a scrum with local media earlier in the week in response to the investigation, which has been conducted by an independent third party by Bay CEO Bradley. It says, in response to the investigation, which is being conducted by an independent third party, Bay FC CEO Bradley Stewart said that the issues were the result of communication challenges about his communication process with players during preseason. Montoya says, we are always touching on how we can get better. So there was an issue. You was being toxic. You was being a narcissistic. You was being a whole ass. Listen, first of all, this is not a way you're not supposed to be toxic on the first go around with the team. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? Nigga, you could get fired. But then again, if you don't think you can get fired, you gonna start showing your card as soon as you can. Who is this boy Albertin? Who is Montoya? Who is this ninja? And we're gonna look. It's just too much. It's just too much. From there, his answer veered immediately into soccer and ways the team can be better prepared for the second season. It says, Didasco, shout out to Didasco, Houston Dash. She says, one of the first players acquired by Bay FC has said nothing has changed within the locker room. Didasco, why you have to go on record for this guy? Why you have to go on record? Listen, all y'all ladies that are going on record for these men, don't do it. Don't go on record for these men. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Especially when they talk about they being toxic. Stop going to bat for these men. You don't see one man standing up for this nigga. You don't see one man saying, Alberto, that nigga ain't toxic. But you got all these ladies talking about, nothing's changed. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. Similar to Garrett Taylor. Nigga toxic to Chloe Kelly. We finally got his ass out of here. But ladies, stop standing up for these toxic men. But they've been taught. They've been programmed. They don't even know they're being toxic. They don't know that their mental's being fucked up with. NWSL has a system. First of all, the world lives under patriarchy. The world a lot of the world, especially America, live under patriarchy, and that is literally oppression. And if you're a woman and you have a male coach, Didasco wants to be a coach too. Oh my goodness. Didasco, why? We got Didasco. We got Abby Dahlkamper. Nigga, stop speaking up for these niggas. Let them say, hey, look, don't say no comment. He had no comment. And y'all the one, well, nothing's really changed in our team. Nigga, just stop it. Something happened. Listen, that's a disrespect to those people that came out. So what happens if the Chronicle released the details about a certain situation, and then you're like, oh shit, I do recall that shit. And oh shit, I do remember him moving in this way with her after he did that shit. Oh man, I do remember. You start to remember. You start to remember the shit. But y'all over here talking about our team hasn't always been positive. Really close. Nothing's really changed about our team and our dynamics. Y'all are pretty much saying we don't believe our former players. We don't believe our former teammates. We don't believe the staff. Y'all the same ones talking about we don't believe it. So what is it? Stop going on back. Stop. Didasco, Dog Camper. Stop putting your name associated with these toxic men. Because it makes me look at you different. Stop going to bat for these men. I don't want to see Didasco next to fucking Montoya talking about our team has always been positive. I'm sorry. I don't believe Montoya. I didn't believe Jill Ellis. The fuck? I didn't believe Jill Ellis. Y'all think I'm gonna believe this nigga? Stop the cap. I didn't believe Jill Ellis. You think I'm gonna believe this nigga? No. 100%. No. I'm not convinced. You can't convince me. Anyways. It says Montoya has been allowed to continue coaching while the investigations takes place. This contrasts with prior investigations into Amanda Cromwell and James Clarkson. Neither Cromwell nor Clarkson ever coached their teams again. Why is it's different from Montoya? I thought James was innocent. I was like, my boy James Clarkson, he was the best Houston Dash manager we had. He actually led us to a trophy, but we didn't. Apparently he was a bad coach. Apparently he was, there were some things that had came out. And I'm like, damn, James, I didn't think you was that nigga. I really didn't want to believe that he was that type of nigga. I still hope he wasn't that type of nigga. But I'm going to believe the players. I'm going to believe the players. I'm going to believe the people that are around you the most. Because this league already found out the toxicity has been systematic. It has been from the beginning. These chair boards, these organizations, this world, especially in America, the vultures, the vipers, this is something that this is a breeding ground of what they had set their foundation on. That's why we had to have a purge. And we're still purging. But it seems like I said, these expansion teams are coming in with new types of toxicity. And it's these expansion teams. Angel City, San Diego Wave, Bay FC, Boss Nation. All these expansion teams have some negative thing. Because it's still embedded. It's still there. There's still negative strongholds in certain, especially in the women's game, in NWSL, especially how much money people are paying to get into the league. You only get that certain money when you shake certain amount of hands, and you're around certain type of people. And a lot of those people had to step on people to get into the position that they're in, or a lot of these people came from money. And they are off the back of slaves. So, same shit. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not the same shit, but similar shit. An NWSL spokesperson referenced NWSL Commissioner Jessica Bird's press availability last week as an address to Bay FC's investigation. She did not mention the inconsistency of Montoya being allowed to continue. Why you ain't do that? Come on now. Bay FC opens the regular season on Sunday in Utah. Also Utah, when it comes to Carly. We only have one. Carly, she wasn't afraid. She was like, fuck yeah, I'm telling. She said, I'm telling. like every expansion team, there's going to be 30 girls that come from all different backgrounds, different teams, different coaching staffs. It's going to take time to get to know each other. Didasco said about the evolution of team culture of last year. And remember, Didasco been in the league for a long time, so she used to the toxicity. Just saying. Dog Camper, you've been in the league for a long time too. Y'all used to this type of shit. I'm just saying. The new gens, the new heads will not allow it. Y'all's old way of being coached, the new generation is not having it. You said Bay FC plays in San Jose, not in the Bay. In order to get a playing field in the Bay, they probably think they need to win championships. And it's not going to be on the first year though. That's for sure. That's why, like I said, the pressure to be, look, when someone said who said that? They said pressure is privilege. That's what they be saying. They be saying pressure is privilege. And you know, we always heard, what's that thing? Pressure makes diamonds. They say pressure is privilege. And we say pressure makes diamonds. You said all the owners probably hate driving to San Jose. Yeah, I don't even know, man. It's crazy, bro. But another thing, Brandi Chastain is involved. Brandi Chastain is involved. She's one of the faces. She's one of the faces of Bay FC. And like I said, this is not good, Brandi. I was really convinced. I don't know if she's around Albertin like that, but I don't like that I'm gonna have to show y'all a little thing. Didasco, don't be going on bat for these niggas. Stop doing this. Stop doing it. Stop going to bat. If this, listen, Didasco don't want to be punished either. I don't know, man. Look, stop it. Stop going to bat for these toxic people. Stop putting your name in. Stop attaching yourself to someone that is in the collective being talked about as toxic. Stop attaching yourself to something like that. You got to stop it. It's not going to help you. Why is it that we can pull up articles of maybe a toxic manager and then we can see a current player that plays for that team talking about nothing has changed. Everything's the same. Okay. So nothing's changed. That y'all all know that that Montoya has been in the headlines for being toxic. So nothing has changed. So y'all are lying to yourselves. Okay. So now you got the players lying to themselves, talking about nothing's changed. I'm sorry. When I saw everything changed when I found out. When I found out today, Bay FC, I found out everything about this shit. Like everything changed when I found out. 100%. Like I'm like, hold on now. This is a red flag right here. So nothing changed when y'all found out Albin had was a predator with 14 women, and ain't nothing changed then either. Stop capping on us. Stop lying to yourself. That's one of the ways you can block your chakras, nigga. But then remember, they want these niggas NPC control. Nigga, y'all don't even know y'all being abused. I didn't know either because I thought these niggas loved me. They ain't love nobody but themselves. They love what they can get from me. But they ain't love me. They love what they can get from me. But they ain't love me. They ain't love me like I love them. It's disgusting. It's quite disgusting. These niggas be soulless. I don't know what to say. I think Nino Brown has said something too. He was like, you need to find the old souls because these new souls are soulless. And like I said, also this new generation of collective women, because we're waking up, they will not be talked to in a certain way that is demeaning, you putting us down. that red pill, all that, no, nigga, that shit don't fly. And so for the women that are used to that, this is something that they like. We've been used to this shit. But nigga, we in a new generation. We in a new shift. We in the age of Aquarius. You gonna talk to me like I'm a human being, bitch. You gonna talk to me with some respect, ho. Real shit. But you know, they don't be understanding. Anyways. All right. I think I'm done here. All right. Let's see what this. Look. So this is this girl right here. Hey, Tin Flash. The girl with the blue stripe with the blue short. I guess the blue pants. I guess she is. I don't know. When they introduced her, right? They were like, she's the first. Anyways, let me just go on what she said. Let me stop it. Because it was so weird that she brought this nigga up. And there's Brandi, right? She's the chairman. All right, let's see. Yeah. She is the UCLA coach. She is the UCLA coach. But listen to what she says here.
As many in the audience today. I'm soaking everything up. I just happen to be lucky enough to be on stage with you. And those pieces of advice are so valuable. But I'm curious, looking back on your careers, what was the greatest piece of advice that you may have received early on that helped you on or off the field?
So when I first got the job at UCLA, of course, one of the first people I called was a person I consider one of my greatest mentors. He's the head coach at BayFC now. And I was struck in that moment by the pressures of.
Okay, the fuck? Did she not read the why would she bring him up? Why is it the first person she called was this nigga Montoya? And she's on the She Believes Summit today. And they talking about this nigga and we already know in the collective, there are people talking about he's being toxic. So why was he being presented in a light where he's the first one I called? And like I said, when I heard this, I'm not thinking no shit of it. I'm not thinking nothing of it. I don't give a fuck. I don't even care. But she kind of had rubbed me the wrong way because they were like, well, the way she introduced her. I was like, hold on now, who is this woman? Y'all have to really go. They were like, she's the first person of color to win something. I was like, hold on, nigga, she don't look like she no person of color. She really do look like a white woman to me. She just tan, my G. Like, I'm like, hold on, nigga, she a color? She just look tan, fam. But I'm looking at the other people. I'm like, hold on. Y'all do look kind of white. I'm just saying. But anyways, she said Montoya, she's Asian. LOL. She's Asian persuasion. Okay, well, whatever. She said Montoya was the first. She didn't say his name. All she said was he's the BayFC coach. And that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I'm like, why don't you just say his name? Why don't you say his name? So we got to know who the BayFC coach is. Why don't you just say his name? And like I said, you know, when Jessica was talking, there wasn't that many applause. A lot of the people, because there was a lot of applause for a lot of the other speakers. But when Jessica was up there with that weird dude from the Vault, they weren't really feeling her. I felt. She was Marty Carmen's coach for the second year. Yeah, like I said, shout out to Marty Carmen. But yeah, she rubbed me the wrong way already. She rubbed me the wrong way when they said she was a person of color. I was like, what? I don't believe it. She don't look Asian. Where the squinted eyes at? I'm sorry, Asians. Y'all claiming her? Y'all claiming her? And she must be mixed. Y'all claiming her Asia? She do not look like no Hasegawa. No Yamashita here. No Fujino anywhere. I don't get it. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. That's probably racist, but I don't see no Hasegawa, no Yamashita in this woman. What kind of Asian is she? I don't know. Anyway, shout out to her though.
Of taking over a program like UCLA, the expectation, everything like that. You know, when I step on the field every single day, the expectation is that we're going to be one of the best teams in the country. And what he told me, and this stays with me every single day, is you can be one of the best teams in the country and you can have an absolute blast doing it.
All this nigga was worried about was having fun. That's all that nigga was worried about. Oh, let's have some fun. Yeah. Like I said, she was just trying to bring... I don't know, man. I don't know why these women go in the bat for these niggas. First of all, you could have said anybody in the world. She asked you... Let me see. What was the question?
The most impactful.
Thank you. And thank you. You know, I feel like I'm in a similar position as many in the audience today. I'm soaking everything up. I just happen to be lucky enough to be on stage with you. And those pieces of advice are so valuable. But I'm curious, looking back on your careers, what was the greatest piece of advice that you may have received early on that helped you on or off the field?
Like I said, she said early on, happened on or off the field. And she goes all the way to when she got opportunity, and it happened to be about Montoya. Also, when Brandi Chastain is sitting right here, look at her face, man. This is before, like, I don't know, does Brandi know something we don't know? But it was the pause, fam. It was the pause. Because Brandi had just talked about her role model, which was her mama, right? So her mama was a stewardess, something like that, a stewardess. So she went to school. I mean, she says that she had went to school and something. She ended up being a stewardess in some country, whatever she said. And then, unfortunately, back then she couldn't be a stewardess and create a family at the same time. You couldn't do it. So she ended up quitting her job to become a mother, which ended up popping out Brandi. And so when I guess Brandi got of age or got a little older, her mama went back to her profession. So she said she started to see her mama like every day wear, her suit and be a boss and all this type of shit after, So this is what Brandi was telling us. So it was like a lot of the women back then didn't have mamas like Brandi that we know of in the realm of women's football of her current generation time. So that was also an interesting thing I learned about her. Like, her mama was a boss. Even though she sacrificed her career to be a mother, she still ended up going back to doing her shit. Like, but some mamas, they like, fuck it, this is it. I'm a mother. I'm an end all be all. But I was like, oh Lord, why she have to? She could have talked about anybody else but that nigga, and that's just me. I'm sorry. You gonna bring this nigga up in the She Believes summit, and this nigga has toxicity rumors. It's just a slap in the face. That's just my opinion. I'm just saying. And and like I said, when I came across this BFC shit, I was like, damn. This is a nail in the coffin for me. So, something ain't clean, BFC. I'm not convinced that y'all are clean. Clearly, y'all not. Too many things are happening. Y'all were exposed in this summit. I mean, so many things have come to light. I'm so aware. NWSL has so much stuff to work on. And they're trying to cover this BFC stuff up. I'm still going to talk about it. I may have to do a live stream on Bay when they live and talk that flame. I'm just saying. Look, this is why BFC lost the Houston Dash in their inaugural home opener in front of 18,000. 100% straight up karma. Straight up karma. This is why y'all lost to the Dash in front of 18K, fam. 100%. I'm playing. I don't know. Maybe it was because y'all just weren't together. You know, it was your first match or something like that. Let's see if I can. But yeah, she said some weird shit about this nigga Montoya, and I was just like, oh, she a fan, she a fan, she a fan. But she's a coach too. That's funny, Tim Flash. She's a coach, right? And you keep saying, looks like she want to be a coach too, and she's a coach. That's hilarious, right? It's a confirmation. It's a confirmation because we heard from the players that weren't coaches, and then we hear from a coach. That's kind of scary, actually. 100%. The grooming. I mean, well, I'm sorry. But you're totally. This is the culture, right? But she also says that she feels like she's the first generation. This is what she said. She said that she was the first. Man, let me spit. What did she say? She said that she was the first. She's part of the first wave of coaches that actually saw a pathway through. And she was claiming a lot of shit, but I don't believe her. I'm not convinced. I'm sorry. The fact that you are associated with Montoya after we hear all this, listen, look, I know it's April 4th. I just found out about this information today, so I'm late. I'm right on time finding out about this information. I'm right on time. Y'all niggas think y'all can just sweep this shit on the rug. But yeah, that you said that's kind of scary. You got it. Is she a female? She a female? She a woman coach? Oh goodness. See, we gonna have to watch out for her, man. She may be one of the people talking about, man, she toxic. Shit.
Better place than how we found it.
To have reached those types of milestones at this time, say about the people surrounding you throughout your journey and how they were able to uplift you.
Yeah, so like I said, I am the product of people giving me opportunities, and that's never lost on me. The other thing that I want to mention is I think I'm at the beginning of a generation of coaches that really viewed coaching as a viable career path from day one. So I'm now in my 30s, and I've never had another job. So I always had my eye kind of set on coaching. It was something that I was pursuing from a young age, and it was something that I think because of that, that is why so early in my career I'm able to kind of enjoy those successes.
Awesome. Steph.
Yeah. Let's see who we got. Oh, here's Fatima. I like this group. This group was pretty nice. Yeah.
Belongs to society and they can't do anything. I think it all changed my whole life as well, because you know.
Can you just tell us a little bit about, like, so once you got here, I know that you're a huge, you know, very powerful voice in women's, you know, and trying to support the women that are still there. And can you tell us a little bit about that?
I can say, as I said before as well.
But that girl sitting next, I'm sorry, that woman sitting next to her in the white blouse, doesn't she kind of look like Christine Sinclair? I was like, hold on, like she kind of looked like Christine Sinclair, but like, I was like, well, you know, Christine got a little different look, but she kind of looked like her in the face. I was like, hold on now, I was tripping.
Sport changed all my life, and it just teach me use my voice. My voice is important, and it's very powerful that I can change a lot of narratives. And it really happened, because during the time I was playing, I didn't even know I'm in a mission right now. Mission of, you know, changing the society, mission changing the mindset, the narrative that is saying women are not belongs to and belongs to society, and they can't do anything. So I think it all changed my whole life as well, because, you know, before, if I'm thinking before of the soccer, I think I was just a girl who was thinking I should go and study and become a businesswoman in Afghanistan, to just, you know, be a powerful person, be a powerful woman in Afghanistan, to show the male side that women in Afghanistan also powerful and they can do as well so many changes for our country. But coming to the sport, it really changed my life to become a sports person. You know, the mindset of myself to thinking I should become a national team player, I should become a very high-profile person in sports, I should be the next Ronaldo in female sports.
Yes.
And it really did. But, you know, facing those challenges, having that kind of mindset in Afghanistan, thinking you have to first change your own family, your own relatives' perspective, and then going to society and thinking like, you know, we don't have that much of girls who are participating in sports in Afghanistan, and seeing we have a lot of challenges. First, we should change all those things to make that happen, to have a very good team, like, you know, besides not having that good security. But all those things really helped me to grow up and think about that I can be at least an inspiring person for next generation of soccer in Afghanistan, even though I'm not giving up on playing right now. But again, hopefully to have our team again. To mention, we are not recognized since 2021 when we lost our Afghanistan women's soccer national team. And we have a case also against FIFA because of recognition for our team. Because Taliban not recognizing our team, like, you know, after that, where you're going right. To seek the help. So you're looking towards the FIFA. And you're already outside of the country and being saved. So we don't have the recognition. It's very hopeless to think about, and it's almost going to be 4 years. But the good thing that happened is that we had our meeting with FIFA after almost 3 years, and it's going to be a big change for our team, hopefully in upcoming year.
Good, okay, that's good news.
So she over here, she gonna fuck it. She said she hasn't given up on playing football. So we need, all right, cool. I'm for it. Don't quit. I think she said she's 20. They said she's 23. So she ain't giving up on football. Afghanistan been taken away. Afghanistan women's national team has been taken away since 2021 or since 2020. She said, "Why y'all take the team away, niggas? Why y'all give them the team and then take it away? Was they having too much fun? Was they?" That's crazy. That in essence, women's sports are just. Sports has been a vehicle for women to get rights in a world when we're all spirits and bodies. It's honestly sad that that certain geographical locations have to use certain things to get human rights, which human rights are for everyone. And it just shows you how fucked up our society is, and how much we have to grow, and how much we have to get better and be aware. And the people that have put these structures in order will fight us and are going to fight us, because how dare us want to live an organic human experience, being a spirit and a body? The fuck? They, like I said, shout out to Fatima. She was one of the testimonies that I enjoyed because it was sad. And it was real, because it's like, I know this is a reality a lot of women face in those countries. And I'm blessed that I live in a country where I have so much access to women's football. It's crazy. And all these women, those women next to her, they got more resources than she did. But she still ended up being in a position to get a seat next to them. So it's very inspirational as well. She had to literally change her whole mindset on how they have been taught what being an Afghan woman is. So I'm glad she made it to America. She gonna have to move right around these spirits. You know what I'm saying? Her English is alright, you know what I'm saying? What y'all think? I think her English is alright. But this woman right here, she's a part of the Angel City group. This woman in the white, this black lady, I forgot what she does, but she was cool. I liked her. I liked hers. I liked a lot of the things. But yeah, man, it's finna be midnight and I gotta get out of here. But yeah, man, I'm gonna have to put this. This is crazy work, bro. We found out so much about Montoya, and I'll have to go back and maybe watch some more of the summit to see what other nuggets I found or other nuggets I remember. But I think it was a success because, well, first of all, I enjoyed what I learned from a lot of the people, and about what they want to do with the game, because they want to use America to scale, and they want to use America to kind of like help the other leagues create a model, but especially even I forgot who said it. She said that America was the only country that actually had like a culture to pass down to their younger ladies when it came to football. And I was like, you know, like I said, we have been the beneficiaries of not having certain things restricted from us as women. Even though we still live in a patriarchal society, it's just not as controlled as other geographical locations. But even though we are now more aware of what type of world that we have been programmed into, every single day we get an opportunity to change the narrative with our voices. And that's the one thing they try to suppress. I know that's for sure. They do not like the fact that we are, speaking our truth. Because we expose the lies of this world. It's not our fault y'all built this world off lies, niggas. If y'all built this world organically, we wouldn't be in the situation that we're in. But since y'all decided to deceive the people, deceive the masses, hurt them, enslave them, especially in America, because I'm in America, but everything has to come to light. Everything has to be revealed in this new age, and we really have to look behind the scenes and see what the fuck is going on, and like I said, provide solutions. And we already know the solution. Get rid of the toxic people. We gotta purge. America's not gonna become. Oh, sorry, America. Humanity is not gonna get better with toxicity. America's not gonna. America. I keep saying America. Humanity cannot thrive anymore in a toxic world. The toxicity must die. People are suffering. People don't have natural human rights. But I'm grateful that I'm grateful that I found football. Like I said, because football has really helped me so much too. So that's another thing that I really enjoyed about the summit, is hearing the stories about how football has helped them. I hear about Davison. Yeah, I heard about her. She ain't good anyways. But I don't mean to kick some people when they down, but look, yeah, really been performing well. I'm just saying, you better sit down. Go ahead and sit down. Go ahead and sit down, Davison. But yeah, man, I'm glad I found football. Football found me, because it's a great vehicle that is supposed to be used for good and not evil. no matter how you use it for good. And they talked a lot about, like, visibility, and they talked a lot about, like, how they pretty much said that they can't. One thing I did take away is, like, they said they cannot make women's football like men's football. They can't create same like kind of structures like the men, because it's not the same. And I think that's a great starting point. Women's sports, a lot of the things in women, we can't piggyback off what the men have done, because I think we're better. Anyway, I know I think we're better, but I'm just saying, y'all can't do it. Y'all can't be picking back off what the men are doing, because these niggas is just, listen, they can do anything in essence and make it work based upon, they got fans, or meaning like they got other men that are willing to invest in them. Women on the other end, we got other shit. Look, we gonna invest, but we need to know what we investing in. These niggas will just throw out, hey, you got this going on, let me invest. When it's a woman, hold on, I need to see all the paperwork, calculations. That's pretty much what they were saying too. Talking that shit. My nigga, get out of here. Let me say, I'm just saying, listen. And they did give love to the men allies, you know what I'm saying? They did give love to the men allies, because we do need the men that are like that fucks with us heavy, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that y'all out there, y'all like sports too. Y'all don't care if it's a woman or a man. You enjoy sport, you enjoy the competition. So, but unfortunately, a lot of your collective ain't shit. But we don't live in the world yet, like Emma says, where everyone has equal opportunity. We don't live in that world yet. We will. Hopefully, I'll see it one day where everyone has, a house over their head, food, basic natural resources as a human being to be able to experience a human life. Until we get there, humanity is fucked. Until people all over the world have natural resources, it's interesting to see how the USA and America, and how football is attempting to help create ways for people to because the more people that are in sports, the more people are having opportunities to connect with their peers, and also community, also staying healthy, staying out of trouble, a lot of things. Also use it as a vehicle to go to school. If you want to get your education, the school's going to pay you to play, and you go to school and get your education or whatever you want to learn. If you want to go get educated in their system, or it doesn't matter, whatever you want to do, I don't care. You use football, you use sport, you use all these things here in this simulation to do what you want to do. But until everyone has equal opportunity, until everyone has the ability, like I said, to just have a house over their head, water, food, clothing, can read, can write, can speak, until the whole world is able to do this for every person, humanity, we have a lot of things that we have to work on, right? And like I said, football is a way that you can generate a lot of things that we have to work on. Football is a way that you can touch a lot of the things that I touched on. It's a way you can raise money. It's a way you can do a lot. It's like Billie Jean King said, it's always about money. That's the one thing she said. It's all about the money. She said it's always about money. That was one of the things she said. Know the business that you're in. She said know the business that you're in. She said it's always about money. People are in poverty. And how do we make football more accessible? They're going to try to use America to be able to do that. And we gonna watch to see, and I'm gonna be a part of it because I'm a commentator. We gonna make sure they stay in integrity. Unfortunately, right now, NWSL, y'all need to purge. And the first one y'all need to purge is Montoya. But anyways, thank y'all once again for tuning in to Anita's Joints. Hashtag extended joint. Where every day is payday, baby. It's your girl Anita flying high, flying out this third dimensional reality. And I'm gonna see you on the next one. I think USA play pretty soon too. And well, USA play Brazil and on Saturday, but Mexico played Jamaica like 30 minutes after them. So it's like, damn, I wish they didn't play like at the same time, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to Mexico. Shout out to America. Also, hold on. I know some other teams play. Let me see. Hold on. I know England played today. England, did y'all win? Ooh, England beat. England beat Belgium. I'm not surprised though. It's Belgium. But they lost to Belgium the other time. Let's see. What about France? France beat Switzerland today. Baltimore and Bacha won. That's so ritualistic, bro. Why is it that France won today, right? Against Switzerland 2-0. And Sandy Baltimore and Seneca Bacha, they both got the SB. The SB. Why it gotta be the same players with the same initials, last name? Why can't it just be somebody totally different? Oh my god, I swear they just doing the obvious shit. Wait, it's tomorrow Saturday? God damn. Yeah, that's right. Tomorrow is Saturday. Yeah, so yeah, America plays. We'll see if I'll go live for that hope. Anyways, I may do like a live stream after. It'd be nice. I don't know. But man, make sure you go watch. I have this of course. This video will be on YouTube as well. Shout out to everyone that happened to watch on YouTube or came through, said hello or didn't. Whatever. I think I got off everything I needed to say. Yeah, I think I got off everything I needed to say. Look, go watch the NWSL Summit. Go watch the She Believes Summit on the US Soccer page. Get inspired by some of the speakers to continue to express yourself and whatever talents that you happen to showcase to the world, to the collective, because we need your opinion, we need your voice, because it matters. Your experience in this realm matters. You're just as important, and you should make yourself important just in your life. And maybe you should get on social media too, talk your shit, because I bet you got something to say. You know what I'm saying? I know I did. Like I said, I remember when I didn't even want to even go on camera back in my times before my awakening. And here a nigga is now, 2025. Look, at the end of the day, we are waking up as a society, as a collective. We are no longer wanting to be put to sleep. We are no longer drinking the Kool-Aid. And we are able to see the real world through the realms of football. And like I said, we probably been always seeing it. We just have been blinded, right? Through the illusions, through the witchcraft, through the magic spells that have been presented to us. And that shit's dissolving. It is no longer believable. It is old and outdated. So, like I said, if you don't know how to talk to the women, you're going to be exposed as being toxic. You're going to be exposed as you not understanding what the fuck is going on. And those that go stand in the corner of toxicity, you're going to have to go too. So all them women I didn't see attached to Montoya, I don't know if I can fuck with you anymore. 100%. 100%. I don't know if I can fuck with you anymore. Because you didn't want to attach yourself to someone that has complaints on them about being toxic. Like I said, ain't nobody defend Jill. That's for sure. Ain't nobody defend Jill. Why all y'all, and why is everyone defending Montoya? Hold on, what's this? Hold on. Let me see something. Hold on, I was gonna put this thumbnail up there. This nigga getting all the currency, huh? What does it say? Fucking Bay FC back head coach. Downplay communication challenges amid toxic reports. I'm not gonna talk about it. Don't be backing ninjas that got articles out here like that. That'll be the last thing you do. Especially if it's a man. Stop it.